Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. It's Wednesday, so I'm sharing another fragrance video, and today I went through my entire collection and I pulled out some of the most elegant floral perfumes that are perfect for spring, summer. And these are all going to be a step above your everyday florals. Who wants to smell like everybody else anyway? I still think you could wear them every day, but these are truly standout perfumes that will leave a lasting impression. So I've carefully curated today's list for anybody who loves a touch of whimsy, like strolling through an enchanted garden, but you still want to smell very sophisticated, like the incredibly chic, modern trendsetters that you are. I'm going to begin with one of my favorite florals that has not received nearly enough love and attention on my channel, Oriana from Parfum de Marly. And I think what happened in this case was that this launched last year a little bit before the holidays, and the timing just wasn't quite right. I instantly fell in love with this perfume. It's very princessy, like a lot of the others on the list, but I just couldn't really get behind wearing it at the time. Now is the time that I think Oriana is truly going to shine within my fragrance collection. Spring summer 2022 is Oriana season. This is her time now. It's described as a cloud of joy. Keynotes include mandarin, bergamot, and grapefruit, orange blossom, blackcurrant, raspberry, marshmallow, ambrette, chantilly cream, and musk. And if you're thinking to yourself, wow, those notes sound delicious, it is. Oriana is a very delicious floral because you instantly get that juicy, fruity burst of the mandarin and the bergamot, the grapefruit, but then it's a little bit sweet and creamy, and it's not a very thick and heavy vanilla cream. It's like a very light, airy, truly a cloud, chantilly cream. Like a whipped meringue. It truly smells like the most heavenly dessert. Throughout the life of the fragrance, it just smells very joyful, light, almost like cotton candy. It's kind of bold in its own way, but it's still very soft and feminine. I just love this fragrance so much. And it's taken me a while, I think, to truly appreciate it because it is so different from Delina and some of the other notable fragrances from Parfum de Marly. It is such a departure for the brand, and I think because it launched around the holidays when everyone was wearing their kind of deeper, moodier fall-winter fragrances, something felt maybe a little bit off. Now I can truly appreciate Oriana and give this perfume its flowers because it definitely deserves it, and I know I'm going to be wearing this so much this spring, summer. It's beautiful. I can't stop, won't stop talking about this next floral fragrance. It is just one of my all-time favorite perfumes. This is Elixir from Roja. And I recently saw they had a cute little combination, like a duo set that came with the full-size bottle and a little travel size. If it's still available, I will make sure I link it down below. I believe I saw it at Saks. This to me is kind of the ideal floral fragrance, and it just blows me away every time I smell it because of how unique it is. There are just so many different things going on in this fragrance. It's really hard to kind of pinpoint one exact note. It's just this beautiful harmony that just dances in your nose. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit fruity, but they're not the typical fruity notes that you find in every other fragrance. It's a fairy tale perfume. There's something so whimsical and magical about it. I've smelled so many fragrances in my lifetime, and never have I smelled anything remotely close to this. Keynotes include bergamot, lily of the valley, geranium, rose de may, jasmine, ylang ylang, heliotrope, violet, raspberry, peach, violet leaves, cinnamon, cedarwood, cashmere wood, sandalwood, vanilla, orris, ambrette, and musk. It really is a masterpiece, and it's also mood boosting, like Oriana. Not quite as sweet. I think it's a little bit more floral, but I definitely pick up on the raspberry and the peach. It's a little bit delicious. And then as it dries down, you get the cedarwood, the musk, vanilla, and it is so elegant. Definitely smells like an elevated, very sophisticated fragrance. You can tell that this is a luxury niche perfume. As soon as you smell it, it's apparent, like, whoa, this is something good. And I think it would make an incredible signature scent as well. If I did not have such a vast fragrance collection, constantly trying new things and purchasing new fragrances, this would be my go-to spring fragrance. I think 51 from Roja would probably be my go-to for summer, but this would certainly be my springtime signature scent every single day. Because it smells so luxurious, I think it elevates the moment. Like, you could wear this for a wedding. This could be a great bridal fragrance. You can wear this fragrance when you are incredibly dressed up, or you could wear this when you're dressed down, and then this becomes kind of that ultimate accessory that gives you that boost of confidence to take on the day. This next perfume is a relatively new discovery for me. It's Latin Lover from Karner Barcelona. This was included in my latest sample set with Twisted Lily, and they are still available. I will make sure I link it down below. The set itself comes with 5 samples for $25, and then it also comes with a little coupon for $25 off a future purchase, so it ends up being free, basically, the set. But you can experience Latin Lover for yourself. When I first smelled this fragrance, I had a real wow moment because it was not at all what I expected. When I read the notes and I saw the name, first of all, I always look up fragrances if I haven't smelled them myself, and I always like to read other people's opinions, other people's reviews. And this was highly recommended, so I knew I needed to try it. But when I think of Latin Lover, and maybe it's because I'm based here in Miami, I think of something that's warm, sensual, kind of fiery, and fuego. But Latin Lover is like a beautiful bouquet of white flowers. It is one of the most elegant, sophisticated fragrances I have ever smelled. It's more like, getting lost in the gardens of Barcelona. Does Barcelona have gardens? I don't know. I've never been to Barcelona, but I've heard it's beautiful. I've heard it's one of the most beautiful cities, and I could just imagine maybe spending the day strolling the streets, visiting the cafes, and I don't know, what do people eat in Barcelona? Picking up street desserts and just having the most romantic day in the city, and then maybe driving out to the countryside somewhere. Just a very romantic storybook, Taylor Swift music video type of experience. That is what comes to mind when I smell this fragrance. It is still very sensual, and I think it still could work for a date night, but this is elevated. This could be a beautiful signature scent, and it's one of the most gorgeous floral fragrances. Very unexpected. Key notes include magnolia, ylang ylang, bergamot, jasmine sambac, violet, lily of the valley, French narcissus, white musk, benzoin, and Indonesian patchouli leaf. This was my introduction to the brand, and now I also added Tardes to my collection, which is a very beautiful, kind of slightly powdery almond fragrance. Kind of reminds me of a sunset. But this is a really beautiful daytime fragrance. Oh my goodness, how to describe it? Like a bridal bouquet. It's just soft and delicate. It smells the way you would want to smell. Like, I smelled this and I thought, wow, it just smells so floral. But it's not basic. And when you smell it on your skin and it dries down on your skin, you're left with just the prettiest essence, just the prettiest trail. And I just can't help but think this is what I want to smell like. Beautiful. If you're out looking for kind of that perfect floral fragrance for spring, I cannot recommend Latin Lover enough. Now, I did not take price into consideration when putting together today's list. I think at this point that might be pretty clear and obvious. I just went with best of the best. That video is coming soon. I wanted to wait until a little bit closer to the Sephora Spring Savings event, which kicks off early April, and that's when I will be sharing my list of the best, more affordable spring fragrances. This is the least expensive on today's list, and I think it is such a great price for how incredible this fragrance is. It's Cleopatra from Tocca. I absolutely love the name. I love this bottle, and the fragrance itself is really beautiful. It's a warm floral with keynotes of grapefruit, jasmine, and vanilla musk. It was inspired by Cleopatra, the queen herself. I think they did an incredible job creating a fragrance that is very kind of strong and powerful, and yet very composed at the same time. It's a little bit sweet and fruity right away. Not a lot. This is certainly not a fruity floral, it is truly a warm floral. Because then it just becomes very sensual. There's something a bit exotic about it as well, because it's not your typical floral fragrance. It's not super frilly or overly dainty. This is kind of a powerful floral fragrance. It just smells like the fragrance of a very powerful woman. Not necessarily powerful, in her career, but just like a strong presence, like a confident woman. When I think about the most elegant floral fragrances, one of the first to come to mind is Rose's Musk from Montal. This is heir to the estate, has a driver, dressed head to toe in a Chanel tweed suit, and not in a bold, loud way, which is funny because a lot of the Montal fragrances are so strong. They're some of the most powerful, strong, very in-your-face, kind of smack you as soon as you walk in the room type of fragrances. Rose's Musk is not that way. It is very long lasting in my opinion or in my experience, but it is a little bit more subdued, a little bit more conservative, refined, but one of the most beautiful rose fragrances I've ever smelled. Keynotes include rose, jasmine, ambergris, and musk, but it is a very rose-forward fragrance. It's not overly complex or complicated. You immediately smell rose, and that is truly what lingers on your skin. I can't explain it, but for whatever reason, every time I wear this fragrance, I just feel so beautiful. It's inexplicable, but I just feel my best whenever I'm wearing it. So pretty. Rose lovers will adore this fragrance. Definitely one of the best rose perfumes in my collection. It makes me so happy now that the weather is really warming up because I can wear all of my favorite warm floral fragrances. Not that I couldn't year round, but when it becomes fall winter, I just feel like I have to push them aside so I can get any use out of my fall winter fragrances. But this is where my heart lies. Rose's Musk is exactly that. It's rose with a hint of musk, a hint of ambergris and jasmine, but it's really just rose forward. And it's so pretty. Easily one of the best floral fragrances. It would make an incredible signature scent. I feel like I could wear this anywhere, even though it's very sophisticated and elegant. I also think it is a bit casual, or it's kind of fluid. Like it's appropriate anytime, any place. It's very versatile, which, is what makes it such a great signature scent. I love wearing this perfume. I always say I love smelling this on other people as well. I had a girlfriend who used to wear this fragrance, and every time I was around her, she smelled so amazing. I would compliment her every time, and it was always Rose's Musk. Jo Malone London is such an iconic fragrance house. It's hard to believe I only recently added my first Jo Malone fragrance to my collection, but this is still a relatively new addition. I picked this up a couple weeks ago. It's Peony and Blush Suede, but it is a long-time favorite. It's taken me a long time to finally pull the trigger because in my experience, unfortunately, Jo Malone fragrances are simply not very long-lasting on the skin. I would kind of compare Jo Malone to maybe an elevated Kayali in that they're all a little bit lighter. Yes, you can layer them and come out with different combinations, but they're just a little bit too light by themselves sometimes. And that's not true for every Jo Malone fragrance or every Kayali fragrance. That would just be my observation. It smells incredibly elegant, very refined. And I can imagine a very sophisticated, put-together lady of London wearing this perfume. It's beautiful. It's a little bit floral, but it is so smooth because of that suede. It truly smells like suede, that intoxicating, kind of delicious, kind of cool, smooth note. Keynotes include red apple, peony, jasmine, rose, and suede. I'm so happy I finally added this to my collection because I truly feel like it's been missing. I've had this on my radar from the time I first started working at Nordstrom, and I would experiment with all of the new fragrances and try everything. This was always my favorite Jo Malone. I would wear it constantly. And it really is very elegant. I think it's that suede note. Just takes it to the next level, and it's pretty unique. You don't find that in a lot of floral fragrances. And it's the perfect combination. The peony and the suede work beautifully together. Could be a signature scent or everyday fragrance, and I don't think this is just spring summer. I think peony and blush suede is really a year-round fragrance. I could also see wearing this in fall winter as well. So if you're somebody who doesn't like to change your fragrances seasonally, or you want something that you can wear all year, anytime it's always appropriate, this should be top of your list. It is so beautiful, and I want you guys to let me know your favorite Jo Malone fragrances. Of course, I know the best sellers. I'm familiar with the ones that everybody talks about, but I'm wondering if you have maybe a hidden gem or a secret combination that you love. Let me know, because they do offer the smaller size bottles. Now that I've added this to my collection, I'm sort of interested in trying some of the others. Next is one of my all-time favorite Dior fragrances, Belle de Jour. This is part of their elevated line, so unfortunately it's not available at all department stores, and it's not available online at Saks, but in select Saks stores, they have this entire collection, so that way you can smell them all. Because there are several really incredible fragrances in this line, but Belle de Jour is an easy standout for me. I think this would be a beautiful bridal fragrance because it just smells kind of special occasion. It's floral, it's elegant. The type of perfume you would love to wear on your wedding day. It has juicy pear, rose, jasmine, and musk, and the combination is so incredible. It smells delicious, like biting into a fresh piece of fruit. Oh, and it's such a happy perfume. And there's a little bit of a creaminess to it. Like I can almost smell maybe a little gardenia. It's not listed as one of the keynotes, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was in there. If you like fruity florals, but you're looking for something elevated, sophisticated, you don't want to smell like every other fruity floral, Belle de Jour would be a great choice for you. Another great bridal floral, special occasion floral is Gardenia from Chanel. This is what I wore on my wedding day. Well, not this one. I wore the Parfum Concentration. This is the Eau de Parfum. I recently picked this up and I completed my entire Chanel fragrance collection. It makes me so happy because now I finally have a version of Gardenia that I can wear. The Parfum, it's very cute. It comes in the little traditional Chanel bottle, but it has the little dabber. So you can't even really spray it. It smells incredible, but it's kind of hard to wear. It's not something that you're really going to whip out on a daily basis. This, on the other hand, you can just spray every single day. It could be your signature scent. And it is an incredible interpretation of gardenia. It truly does smell like a fresh bouquet of gardenias. It's clean, it's a little bit green, has a creamy coconut finish, and it's just one of the most beautiful, simple floral fragrances that exists. It's a masterpiece. This was created by Gabrielle Chanel herself, along with Ernest Beau, her perfumer. And while I'm sure it's gone through little tweaks over the years, I like to think that it's pretty close to the same fragrance. And if it is, then it just makes it even more magical, because how did they create something so special that is still so relevant today? It's timeless and effortlessly chic. I mean, beautiful fragrance. If you love gardenia, if you love that note, you will absolutely love this fragrance. I can guarantee with 100% certainty, because it truly does smell like gardenia. It's not overcomplicated or muddied by other notes thrown in there just to make it different. It is a unique fragrance, but it's unique for how simple it is. And that's where the beauty lies. It smells very natural. And then we have Beige, my beautiful Beige. I don't want her to start feeling left out now that I've added the gardenia to my collection. This was my first exclusive fragrance purchase from Chanel, and it is gorgeous. Again, it has that same kind of nature in that it's a little bit more simple, and yet it just smells so incredibly, impossibly chic. Beige is the ultimate ladies who lunch, rich mom, Pilates mom, on the board of the local arts gala fragrance. I just always picture the woman who has it all together. And it's bright, it's fun, it's happy. It has frangipani and honey. Just a beautiful floral fragrance with just a hint of kind of solar warmth to it from the honey. Instantly puts a smile on my face. I smell this and I picture like an all-white, very chic, maybe pantsuit with a beautiful beige Chanel Classic flap. That's the outfit that comes to mind. But just effortless. It's very model off duty, mom running errands, just beautiful floral fragrance, a step above the rest. And if you know about beige and you wear beige, I just know you have impeccable taste. There's just no question about it. Coming in at number 10 is Rose d'Amalfi from Tom Ford. This is part of his new Rose Garden collection. There are 3 new fragrances, and I picked up the set that comes with the little atomizer and then the smaller bottle. And Rose d'Amalfi is hands down the clear winner, and really the only winner from the set, unfortunately. I have yet to decide what I'm going to do with Rose de Chine or Rose d'Amalfi. Rose de Chine I can probably layer with something else and I can make it work, but I will wait until fall-winter this year. Rose de Russie is so bad. I don't even want to give it to somebody or give it to my husband because I wouldn't want to even smell it on him. It's very unfortunate. It's just harsh. So harsh I couldn't even take in a full nostril full. But Rose d'Amalfi, this really surprised me because it's so different from the rest of the Tom Ford Private Blend line. And it's not anything like Rose Prick, but it just smells very powdery and light, and it has a beautiful almond finish, which I love almond notes, and I find that it is very rare. This truly does smell like vacation, somewhere glamorous. Being on a luxury yacht in the Mediterranean or the Italian coast. If you don't like anything too powdery, you will probably not like this, but if you don't mind a powdery note, which I don't, I think it actually elevates the fragrance, and you're willing to let it dry down on your skin before you make a final judgment, I would highly recommend trying this. It's so soft and delicate, and it's just like a light kiss, a light layer of lace on the skin. I have an honorable mention for today's list, Cherry Blossom from Guerlain, and this is the new limited edition piece for 2022. Just the most beautiful bottle. I did a full unboxing and review on my channel. I will make sure I link it down below because this is the most expensive fragrance I have purchased myself to date. I believe it retails for $650, but it was part of a limited launch. There were only a few thousand created and each box is numbered, so I know exactly the number fragrance I purchased. This little detail was handmade. And it's just beautiful. The bottle itself is a piece of art. That's why I decided to go ahead and purchase. But the fragrance is so beautiful. I kept it as an honorable mention because I don't foresee everybody rushing out to purchase what's left. If there's any left, I'm not sure. But it comes with this really cute atomizer. This is what you spray, and then you decant the fragrance into the little atomizer as soon as this is empty. And then I can simply hold on to the bottle if I do end up using it all. But I love it. This was a blind buy, which is a little bit risky. I knew I loved Cherry Blossom, so it didn't feel like nearly that bad. And I love it. Just one of the prettiest fragrances I have ever smelled. It smells like cherry blossom and green tea. I wore this yesterday as well. Now that I've had a chance to play around with it and wear this fragrance, I've really fallen in love with it. But I know it's not in everybody's budget, so my next goal, my next challenge for myself is to find other beautiful cherry blossom fragrances that smell similar or maybe that I would recommend instead of this one. Because I know this isn't going to be for everyone, but if you love cherry blossom and you're in the market for really special collector's pieces, it is worth it, unfortunately. It's beautiful. And that completes my list of the best elegant floral fragrances for when you want to stand out from the crowd. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, questions down below. I love hearing your recommendations. So if there's anything that I have never mentioned that I really need to discover, drop me a comment. We'll keep the conversation going there. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned. Everything on my face will be listed down below in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and remember my fragrance content is on Wednesdays and Fridays. I will see you on Friday.